Learn how to query Azure Storage Analytics logs with Azure Log Analytics in this episode of Azure Tips and Tricks. There is a lot of information that you can get from the analytics logs of Azure Storage, and you can analyze those logs easily with Azure Log Analytics. Let's see how that works. I'll start here in the Azure portal by creating a new Azure Log Analytics workspace. First, I'll search for Log Analytics, and there it is. Alright, let's create a new one. Here we go. First, I need to give it a name. And next, I'll choose my existing resource group. Also, I'll change the location to something closer to me. The pricing is per gigabyte of data, and that's fine as it is. Okay, let's create it. I'll skip ahead to when it's done. Now that we have a Log Analytics workspace, I also need to enable Azure Storage Analytics. This is the Azure Storage account that I want to use. And here in Diagnostic Logs, I can enable logging. This will log everything that happens to blobs in this storage account. Alright, let's save these settings. And now I can take a look at where the logs are. I can do that in the Azure Storage Explorer, which is a cross-platform application that you can download for free. Here it is. And this is the storage account. And it has created a logs container that contains the logs, which are saved by date. Alright, let's move on. The next thing that we need to do is to run a PowerShell script that copies the logs from Azure Storage to Log Analytics. There's no native coupling between the two services yet, so for now we do this manually with this script. You can find a link to this script in the description of this video. All it needs is some parameters to work with. It needs the resource group and storage account. And it also needs some values from Azure Log Analytics, like the workspace ID and primary key. I'll show you where to get those. Here in the Log Analytics workspace in the Azure portal, you can find these values in the Advanced tab under Windows Servers. Alright, that's it. Now to run the script. I'll do that from my local PowerShell prompt. This is running on my local machine. You can also run the script from Azure Cloud Shell if you like. The first thing that you need, if you haven't done so already, is to install the Azure PowerShell commandlets with this command. This enables you to work with Azure from your local PowerShell prompt. Alright, that's done. Now let's go to C source and run the script like this. This can take a while as it downloads the storage logs, parses them and uploads them to Log Analytics. I'll skip to when it's done. Let's go back to the Azure portal, to our Log Analytics workspace. Here we can go to the Logs menu. In here we have access to all the data in this Log Analytics workspace. And we can query it to get information. To get our logs, I can query it like this. Here they are, everything that happened to my storage account. And I can also query to see all of the requests that don't have success as a result. You can make this more specific by changing this to query on failure to see all of the failed operations. So, as you can see, analyzing storage analytics data with Azure Log Analytics is very powerful and will provide incredible insights. Go check it out.